One. Yo, what it do, everyone? Welcome to Homie Connect Podcast, episode 22. Look at that. We are 22 episodes in. Man, time flies. And look at that. This time we didn't go a bunch of weeks or days between one episode and the next. We actually just ended up putting up episode 21 from last week, so we apologize for that. We had to do some editing on that. But it is up now. For those of you that are, if you're watching 22, 21 is up. So, C's, what you got going on, man? What was today like for you?
I'm just chilling, man. Chilling with the family, going out, going to church, just eating, staying home, watching sports. My wife doing some, spring cleaning or like, fall cleaning.
Fall cleaning, yeah. I
Yeah.
got you.
And just chilling, man. It's getting cold now. Definitely, like we feel winter is coming. Like it's cold. Like even during the day, it's barely sunny outside, and you're just like, oh fuck, I need the light. I need some sun. And then you're
Right.
like, oh, it goes away right quick, man. So it's like, yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Getting ready for Thanksgiving, getting ready
Right.
for family to come over and just chilling with the family, man. What about you?
Okay.
What you do today? What's up with you?
So dude, honestly, today I was expecting to keep it low key. Like I was
Mm-hmm,
going to
mm-hmm.
just be, chill as shit. I don't really like with so much going on. Like I don't know if you saw, but I posted my daughter had a banquet yesterday
Yeah,
for her
yeah,
softball team, and then she was part of like the home run derby. Um, I don't have any time off. Usually, like I'll have like one day off, and like
yeah,
usually that one day off is like I don't want to do shit. Like I just need to disconnect. I just need to like
yeah,
whatever. And usually it means Sundays I'm gonna sit home and I'm just watch football and just melt into my couch. But
yeah.
a coworker of mine invited me out today, and
Oh, okay.
we'll cover it later on. But it was kind of hard to like say no, especially because I was gonna miss part of the Bills game, and I was like,
Yeah,
man, I
yeah,
don't like changing my plans in the middle of things.
yep.
It genuinely bothers me when I have to change my plans in the middle of things. So I was like, but I was like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll go. It's a pretty awesome opportunity. So I'm glad I
Okay,
went. But yeah, like you. But on our end, it is not gloomy. Um,
okay.
it gets cold at night, but today was like 80 degrees, bro.
Oh shit, damn, that's good.
Today was 80 degrees. I think tomorrow's gonna be like 80 degrees, and then it starts to dip. And then looking forward to Thanksgiving. We were supposed to keep it low key. I don't know what you guys are doing, but we were gonna
Mm-hmm,
keep it low key. Because I thought Yanni's family wasn't gonna come over.
mm-hmm.
Which they've been coming over like almost every Thanksgiving for a couple of years now, I think.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I really enjoy actually having them over. It's actually a really great time when they come over.
Mm-hmm.
But being that we had gone with her sister and her sister's husband to Mexico City, and my in-laws were here for like the whole time watching the girls, we were
Okay.
under the impression that they had told us that they probably weren't going to come out. So I was looking like, all right, well, fuck it, we're just going to do like a super low key Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but now they're coming, which is fantastic. But got to figure out like what we're gonna do because I was like I said in my head I was like fuck it, we'll do a non-traditional Thanksgiving and just keep it
Yeah.
super fucking low key. um but nah, we're gonna figure something out, so it'll be fine. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that. And like your girl's doing the fall cleaning. I get that
Yeah.
bug too, bro. I get that bug,
Mm-hmm.
maybe because it's so fucking hot in the summer that you can't really do shit around the house because you don't want
Yeah.
to, it's so hot. So now that it's cool, you're like, all right, I'm a little motivated.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely
Yeah.
wanna
She's like, we
gonna
get
do
that.
that.
Because like now we're bringing out the like the winter clothes,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
winter blankets. So and those have been in storage. Uh, and so you bring them out and you're like, bang, all dusty and shit. You're like, fuck it,
Yeah,
I'll clean
yeah,
it later. And now,
yeah.
now it's later. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think that's what's going on right now. And so yeah,
Yeah. All
she
right.
was cleaning. I was just chilling watching the football game right now.
Yeah, I got you. I
But
got you.
yeah, we did still it's just a little bunch of things around the house, like wash the car, still wash the
Yeah.
dog,
Yeah.
just random stuff there. Fuck it.
I got you. I got you. Well, I'm not drinking anything but water today, so
Oh, fool, I'm thinking
cheers.
soda, cooking pineapple
Now
soda. Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, I got drinking some water, keeping it chill today. Um, but I see you rocking your Niners sweater again,
Yes,
so that must
sir.
mean you got reason to celebrate your Niners.
I know,
So,
man.
this was week 10 of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did say I was worried about your Niners going into this game,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like it was a good game to the very end. So, why don't you go
Yeah.
ahead and talk about it?
No, it was a good game. The Niners season has been up and down. I am a little worried, of course. I think we all should be as Niner fans. It's like, dude, before like this game, we should have won by like 10 points. But of course, something goes wrong or something's not right. And right now, for us, the 49ers, that's not right is our special teams, which is weird because that's always been a place where it's like it's been steady. But now
Right.
it's like, oh man, we've given up kickoff returns, we've given off punt returns, blocked some team has blocked the punt on us, and now this game versus Tampa Bay, we missed 3 field goals.
Oh shit,
Uh,
three?
yeah,
I didn't know
three.
it was three. Oh.
And that dude, the funny thing is that dude Jake Moody he was on my fantasy team, so he should
Mm-hmm.
have got me a lot more points, but he missed 3 straight field goals. And I don't know if you saw, but there's a video of Debo getting pissed with like the holder and
Yeah.
the kicker Jake Moody.
Mm.
Yeah, they were going back and forth at it on the sideline, and I was just like, oh man, it doesn't look good, dude. But luckily he made the field goal that counted, which was the
Yeah.
last, to win it. He made that one
Yeah.
barely, but he made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it was like I said, it was a game where we should have won by like 10 points because the Niners were the better team. Um,
Yeah.
and of course Tampa Bay was missing some two of their top receivers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it was a good competitive game. I'm so happy we won because now we're 5-4. We're second in our division, right behind the Arizona Cardinals. So
You needed to win too, by the way.
yeah, we
And
needed
that
to
was
win.
just to keep some hope alive, just to keep hope
Yeah.
alive.
So yeah, no, I mean now it's just it goes back to next week, and then hopefully it just goes little by little. The good news is Christian McCaffrey came back and he did provide that spark. Um, but yeah, it gets tougher after that. We next week we go to Seattle at home, then the Packers, Bills, Bears, Rams, and what is it? Rams, and then the Lions. No, Rams, Dolphins, Lions, and then the Cardinals. So yeah, these next few games is gonna be tough. Division game, and then Packers and Bills back to back. So
So you
yeah,
got
it's gonna be tough, man.
Seahawks, Packers, Bills, Bears, and little shout out for my family, Battlestar Galactica. They'll get it. They'll get it. Bills, Bears, Battlestar Galactica. They'll get that one. All right, all right. So now let's talk about McCaffrey. I want to get your
Yeah.
thoughts on this. So I played a coworker today, with fantasy football, and he asked McCaffrey, and he was like, "Oh, I'm finally gonna start McCaffrey." In fact, we gave him shit because in our league we allowed you to trade draft picks. So
Oh,
we allowed
okay.
you to trade positions. Um, and in fact, he traded um, he traded for McCaffrey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So he he had the first pick, um, and he traded it out for McCaffrey,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and so obviously McCaffrey didn't play, and he's barely playing today, and
Yep.
so he was talking smack to me. He's like, "Oh yeah, I get McCaffrey back," and I was like, "Play him, play McCaffrey." I was like, "Go ahead." I'm
Yeah.
like, "I'm not scared. Play McCaffrey," and he was like, "What?" Because he's it's like his second year playing fantasy football, and he's starting to really kind of get into football, right? But
Oh,
he
okay.
was like,
Okay.
"What?" I'm like, "Yeah, play him." I'm like, "I'm not worried, play him." And he was like, "Well, you don't think he's gonna do well?" I'm like, "I think he's fine, but I don't know that he's not gonna be on a pitch count."
Yeah.
But I was like, "So go ahead and play him, dude." I was like, "Besides, like, I would think if anything, Garendo was gonna get the goal line carries. That's what I thought." I was like,
Mm-hmm,
"Go ahead, play him. Like he's going to be a decoy, at least is what I thought." But based on that, your
mm-hmm,
boy
mm-hmm.
McCaffrey only got 39 yards on
Yeah.
13 carries, and it's not a bad yards per carry, but it's at 3 yards per carry, but still, it's like was that what you expected, or was it less than what you expected?
No,
And do you really think he provided a spark?
I think he did. And where he provided a spark was in the receiving. Receiving, he got 7 catches. Oh, sorry, he had 6 catches for 68 yards, and that is something that Jordan Mason didn't provide. So yeah, I think he did provide a spark. Was
Okay.
it something that I expected? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like it's his first game back from whatever the hell injury he had. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Achilles,
Yeah,
whatever.
double Achilles issue, arthritis,
Yeah,
whatever.
who
Yeah.
knows? Who the fuck knows? But it's like, all right, cool. Like, fucking, I don't expect you to. Would I been happy if that fool came back with like 3 touchdowns, 150
Yeah, yeah,
yards rushing, blah, all that? Yes, but the fact that he got his yardage, he looked good, and he helped the team win. I'm happy with that.
okay.
So it's like it's positive. So I was like, cool. Like we got
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
threat, and just the threat, just the thought of having him on the field and having the
Right.
other teams like think about him, that provides
Yeah.
that that added advantage for us to
Yeah.
play action and all that good stuff. But yeah, I
Yeah.
was happy with his return. Um, like I said, he got his he got his rushing yards, but it was more his receiving yards that mattered to me because I know
Oh, okay, okay.
he's a better receiver than Jordan Mason than Garendo, who's a rookie. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Truth be told, I hadn't noticed that he had receiving stats.
yeah,
So
yeah. He got
so yeah,
six receptions
68,
for 68. Yep.
68. Yeah. Which yeah, I mean that technically puts him over 100 yards,
Mm-hmm.
total yards. So yeah, it's better than I expected.
Yeah.
I gotta say it's better than I expected. I hadn't seen that. Now, what I will say is for your game, I was genuinely glad to see Ricky Pearsall get a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and for those of you who don't know, Ricky Pearsall is a rookie, and I regret not picking him up. I was like, should I pick him up? He's getting ready to come back. You know me, I like to store players on the bench, and I thought about picking him up.
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know, Ricky Pearsall um, was shot in during was it like preseason maybe or like right before preseason
Yeah,
maybe
right
like
before preseason, like
right
training
before
camp
preseason,
almost.
yeah, like training camp.
Yeah.
He got shot in a robbery attempt in San Francisco, good old San Francisco. And he was shot. I think he got shot in the chest or something like that, and I think it was like a through and through at least, right? So,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
but because of that, he missed all of preseason, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, he's finally getting into the game. I think was it last week he came
Yeah,
back from
last week.
IR. They took him off of IR, right? He didn't play
No.
though, or they take him off of
He's
IR this week.
he came back. No, he's been playing since week 7.
Oh shit.
With Casey.
Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
So,
Yeah, never
I mean,
mind.
he's been steady. He hasn't been like this week.
But this
He
week was
catch a
his big game. Yeah.
Yeah, this week he caught a touchdown. He got you can tell he got more involved in the offense, and I was like, oh shit,
73
this
yards, dude. That's pretty good.
yeah, yep,
I
and a
mean, most of it
touchdown.
came on
So
that. Yeah, most of it came on that one like 40-yard play or something like that. But
yeah, yep, yep,
but yeah, that was pretty cool, dude. I was happy about that. I was like, oh shit. And then of course I go look and I'm like, fucking Caesar, bitch ass.
yeah.
I
Started
was like,
that fool.
God
I was like,
damn
yes,
it, this
baby, yes.
motherfucker started him. I was like, God
Woo.
damn it, dude. I was like, he would start him. I was like, son of a bitch.
You
I was
know,
like,
I was like, that's the only 49er. No, Jake Moody, I got that fool. But yeah, when I saw
mm-hmm.
Ricky Pearsall, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab this fool because I need him, and he's a 49er. I was like, I just need a receiver. Fuck it.
uh,
Hell yeah, bro. You can't lose
uh,
with my ass. Yes,
uh,
sir.
that's
But
crazy, dude.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, dude, I'm happy for my 49ers. We needed this win. On to the next one.
Yeah.
It's hopefully they're taking it one game at a time and not looking ahead. And for them, like I said, I think the 49ers for them is just win the division because that's in the NFC. That's how you're going to get into the playoffs is win your division and
Oh
and then
yeah.
you move forward.
Yeah, you don't have a choice, dude. You have to
Okay.
win your division or you're shit
Yep.
out of
Yep.
luck. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes for you guys because Seattle, ooh, you're getting Seattle off of a bye, huh?
Yeah. Seattle's on bye this week. Yep.
Oh. So off of a bye coming from a loss to the Bills. Ooh,
Yep.
ooh, they gonna be mad. They
But
are
we'll
gonna be
see. They're
mad,
gonna be
mad.
healthy, but we'll see. We'll see. We're playing
Well,
in San Francisco.
yeah, I was gonna say, but you're in San Francisco, so that helps
Yeah.
a lot. Actually, I probably would be more worried if it was as a Niner fan. If I was a Niner fan, I'd be more worried if it was in
And I know
Seattle.
I'll
So
tell you the road record right now. The road record
yeah,
is Seahawks are they're 2-1 on the road, so that's a
yeah,
little
yeah.
concerning. Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah,
ah.
yeah.
At
And then
home
you guys are
they're
you guys are 3-2 at home, I think, right?
yeah, yeah, 3-2 at home, and then on the road they're 2-4. I mean, at home Seattle is 2-4,
Yeah.
so I was like, but
Oh, yeah, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I don't
yeah,
know.
man,
Some Gino might just shit the bed.
I'm hoping
Depending,
he does.
it all depends on what Gino shows up.
Yeah,
Honestly, like
yeah,
that's what to me it comes down to. Like everybody loves Gino, and I like Gino too. But it's like, I- as a Bills fan, I've seen enough of Gino to know like Gino can look good, and then Gino's
hmm
just gonna Gino.
And you know
And
who's also because I remember watching Gino too in the Jets, and of course
mm-hmm,
I've seen him right now in Seattle playing with playing against the 49ers. And
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
dude that I think is starting to get upset with him is fucking his top
DK,
receiver
DK,
DK. Yeah, you
mm-hmm,
can tell in his
yeah,
face like he's like, oh,
yeah,
fucking Gino.
yeah,
But like
yeah.
I know Gino has been turning it on lately with what's his name with this other receivers with Njigba and
And yeah, and Jigba, not Tyler, not Lockett.
I like it a little bit, but more with
Yeah,
Njigba. So I was like,
yeah,
hopefully they could keep Njigba, locked down. But yeah, it's gonna
yeah,
be next game next week is gonna be another hard ass game versus a division rival. But yeah, man, we'll see. Hopefully
yeah,
the 49ers could keep it steady, win the division, and just get into the playoffs. That's my
yeah,
hope and my prediction for the rest of the season for the 49ers. Man.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, on my end, got the Bills,
Yeah, your
got another
Bills.
W, got another W. Um,
Who'd you guys
I
play?
was, we played the Colts.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah, we
okay.
played the Colts. So got a we got a 30-20 victory.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think it technically would have been like 30-13, but they got like a garbage time touchdown.
Okay.
I will be honest, I was actually genuinely worried about this game.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, we're gonna lose this game. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I could just feel it. I'm like, it's a trap game.
Yeah.
We should beat the fucking Colts, but it's one of those where it's like, oh yeah, Buffalo walks in here and they fucking lay an egg, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, we're gonna suck. And like the game started off hot. Like we're like, oh shit! Like the very first play on the Colts side, they threw a pick six.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, yeah, let's go. I was like, all right, all right, all right. I was like, we got this. And then I think at one point they were down like 10-0, the
Mm-hmm.
Colts.
Yeah.
Um, and then fucking Colts scored 13 unanswered points. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh
Okay.
shit. I was like, God damn it. And like I said, I had to leave. I think the last thing I saw was Josh Allen's touchdown, which made it 17-13.
13.
And
Yeah.
then I kind of kept trying to watch it from my phone where I was at. And yeah, dude, like it, Josh Allen didn't really do well. I mean,
Yeah.
he literally had 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Eh,
No passing
no
touchdowns.
touchdown, no passing touchdowns. Yeah, he had a running touchdown. No passing touchdowns. But I mean, I thought they were gonna run all over us with Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
I was genuinely worried. I was like, oh god, like we struggle to stop the run.
Yeah.
We did get some beef up front. We got Quentin Jefferson back, who was with the Bills like a year ago or 2 years ago. I think he might have.
Mm-hmm.
No, it might have been like 2 years ago that he was with the Bills. And then we also picked up Jordan Phillips, who was
Okay.
cut by Dallas. So we picked up Jordan Phillips, which there was a little drama there because apparently he was IR'd by
Mm-hmm.
Dallas,
Oh yeah, I
and
heard about
he
that.
and he was like, "I was good. I didn't need to be on
Yeah.
IR." So I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
I heard about that. Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, if he's healthy, let's go because
Yeah.
we need some
I
beef."
read the article about that where they're like, oh, I think it was McCarthy that put him on IR, no, or something like that. And
Yeah,
then I think
yeah,
the coaches were like, his assistant coaches are like, "Why is this for an IR? Like he's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
He's good to go." But who knows? Something happened with him. I guess something
Doghouse or
happened.
something.
Yeah, something happened. But that's why he got released. Fuck it.
Man, bring him back to Buffalo, where he had probably
Yeah.
some of his best seasons. So yeah,
Okay.
Bills
Okay.
won. Luckily, I think that puts us at like what is it, 5 in a row?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, 5 in a
4,
row.
5 in a row. I honestly, I'm happy about that, especially because the AFC East teams keep losing,
Yeah.
and but um, the thing that sucks about that though is like okay, we've won 5 in a row, and now we're going to KC. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, well, not again. We're not going to KC. We're playing in Buffalo against KC.
Yeah.
Um,
Next game.
but I honestly just had this conversation with my wife because I was like, you know what? I don't even give a shit about this game. Honestly, like, do I want to see the Bills win? Yes.
Yes.
In
Uh-huh.
fact, I would love to see the Bills stomp a fucking mud hole in the Chiefs and just beat the shit out of Mahomes. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything
Yeah.
because, like, I, I'd rather lose to them in the regular season and beat them in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
it's because that's what we've done. I think we've beat them the last 2 years during the regular season,
Mm-hmm.
only to lose to them in the playoffs. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, I don't give a shit about that anymore. I want to
No.
win in the playoffs. So to me, I don't care about like honestly, it's probably the first time in the last couple of years that we're playing the Chiefs that I'm not
Mm-hmm.
stressing out about the game coming up.
Okay. Okay.
Like if we lose, whatever. We lose because it's not going to affect our standing in the AFC East too much.
Okay.
Houston lost, right? So that's one of the top dogs that lost.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then Baltimore has about the same record as we do, right? I think. Um,
For the
oh no, Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore is 7-3. So yeah, we're second currently in the AFC in the AFC.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Chiefs are 9-0. We're 8-2. Steelers and the Ravens. The Steelers is 7-2, and the
Mm-hmm.
Ravens are 7-3.
Mm-hmm.
So if we lose next week, whatever. Like I'm not too stressed about it. Um, again, I just I
Yeah,
don't
no,
want to hear it.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, because it's like, and you're going to win the division. You're what, I think 3 or 4 games
Yeah,
ahead in the division.
yeah.
I
It'll
think you
depend
guys
on how
got it.
Miami does tomorrow.
But even if they win, they'll be 3-6. You guys are 8-2.
Yeah,
You're still
yeah,
four
mm-hmm.
games ahead of them. It's like,
Yeah.
I think you guys are okay winning in the division, unless you guys take a nosedive and shit, you know.
Big right,
But
right, right.
but of course, in NFL, home field advantage means a
It's
lot.
huge. Yeah.
And if you could get a top seed with that first round bye and home field advantage, yes, that does mean a
Mm-hmm.
lot. And I know next game against the Chiefs, it is going to be, a big matchup. They're going to promote it Mahomes versus Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
but you're right. Like it's just another regular season game. If you lose, you're still good.
Mm-hmm.
You have to beat them in the playoffs. You
Right.
have to beat them
Right.
in the playoffs. That's
Yeah.
where it counts. Yes, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Like at this
Yeah,
point, I just want to come out healthy of the game. I don't want to
yeah,
lose any
yeah.
key players. Whatever. If we lose, if they stomp a mud hole in us, great. I don't give a shit. Like just come out
Mm-hmm.
of the game healthy. You
Mm-hmm.
know? Um, and yeah, they're gonna hype it up because it's those two. I will say I'm glad that it's not a fucking como se llama, not a primetime game.
Yeah, prime time. Yeah,
It's not a
it,
primetime game. So I was like,
yeah.
thank
It's the
goodness.
late game on
It's a late,
channel
which
on
is going to be on
CBS.
TV. Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
it's going to be the
on
game on
CBS. Oh, yeah, for sure.
CBS. But still, like, I honestly, I'm super relaxed about this one. I'm like, in fact, all I care about is seeing where Kincaid is because Kincaid got hurt.
Okay.
Um, he hurt his knee, so I'm hoping like, in fact, I'd be okay if he doesn't play next week. I'm like, whatever, don't
Okay.
play him. Let him get
Yeah,
healthy.
because
In fact,
Your bye week is coming, no? Oh, yeah, 2012.
We have
Dang.
yeah. So
Uh,
I'd be like, yeah, we play the Chiefs and then we go into our bye and guess who we play after the bye?
and see, that's the one thing they said that the Niners schedule is all fucked up because they played. I think they're gonna play four teams coming off their bye week. I think one of them was KC, the other one was the Rams. This next game is against the Seahawks coming off their bye week, and the next game is against the Bills coming off their bye week. I was like, dude, this was coming off fresh and shit, man.
Mm-hmm. So in fact, if I'm Buffalo, dude, honestly, I would probably sit fucking. I'd sit Cooper and
Okay.
Keon and este Kincaid. Be
Mm-hmm,
like,
mm-hmm.
let him get healthy. Fuck it,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know. Let him get healthy. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, dude, that's kind of my take on it. But yeah, I'm happy the Bills won.
Yeah.
Hey, 5 in a row. That's fantastic. We built that cushion, and like you said, the AFC East is pretty much ours to lose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, knock on wood, you know, we don't do anything stupid and not cost ourselves. But yeah, I think after the Chiefs, like you said, we have the Niners, so that's going to be tough, right? That
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Niners are going to be getting in gear. McCaffrey, that'll be McCaffrey's third game, so he'll have shaken
Okay.
off a good portion of the rust. Then we play the Rams, the Lions, the Patriots, the Jets, and the Patriots again to end the season.
Mm.
So hopefully we're in good shape, you know. But yeah, as of now, the Bills are in really good shape.
Yeah.
Now, any other games that stood out to you from this week?
From this week, hold on, let me see it. We can talk about the main ones, the Cowboys
Mm-hmm.
losing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely want to get your take. I got a question for you about the Cowboys.
Okay. Okay.
Um, the Chiefs barely won on a block punt on a block
No,
field goal.
God,
I was like,
dude.
oh, you motherfuckers! And then the
Yeah.
worst part is in our survival league, that the one that you're not in it no more, motherfuckers. Two teams had fucking the Chiefs, and if those motherfuckers would have lost, I was like, it would have been just two other teams left, which would have been me left, and fucking block field goals. Like fucking
That's
assholes.
funny. That's funny. I would not have
Yeah,
taken. I would not have taken the Chiefs. In fact, I had a feeling that the Chiefs were going to lose.
yeah.
It was almost right, but yeah, I was like, I would not. Even if I was in it, I would not have chosen the Chiefs.
Well,
But who knows the way I
uh,
fucking did it?
but yeah, we could talk about this last game that we just saw right now, the Sunday nighter versus
Yeah,
Lions Texans. Jared
yeah.
Goff, man, throwing what, 5 interceptions,
5 interceptions.
and he still
5.
wins the game. Like, dude.
That's insane, dude. Like, what
Uh,
does that say? So, do you think that says anything about the Texans, or do you think that says something about how good the Lions are? Because
no,
that's
no.
interesting. I mean, and is it that way if if the Texans have Nico Collins?
No, I don't think so. I think they still had Tank Dell. They still had
Tank
was it
Dell, Mechie, and Mixon.
Dalton? Yeah, and they did play good. But yeah, CJ Stroud, he did throw two like brutal interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's more the Texans. I think they gave that game away. What the Lions did, they did get yardage with running. They kept running the ball, and I
Yeah,
give them their credit to that, to continue the run. And but I think the Texans lost that game because, man, they just could not get it going. They try to run
yeah.
the ball also with their running back. I forget his name. Fucking
The
Mixon.
Texans? Yeah,
Yeah, the
Mixon. Yeah,
Texans.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so they try to keep running the ball with him. He wasn't getting enough. CJ Stroud tried to get the passing going, wasn't enough, and the Lions just stayed there until the end. Game winning field
Mm-hmm.
goal, and boom, that's it, man. But yeah, I think the Lions should have won by definitely a lot more. Jared Goff just threw some bad interceptions, man. I was like, oh, those are bad.
Yeah, yeah. That was interesting. I was like,
Yeah.
jeez. I was
And,
like,
and in a way, give it to the Lions. Like, luckily he doesn't have no more bad games, but he got that game out of him. Like
I was about to
boom,
say, yeah,
yeah, he was due for one. Boom, let it be done. Let's move on. Hopefully he gets his shit together and gets his touchdowns going and shit.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, man.
No, yeah.
Uh,
There's no. You can't take away from the Lions, but yeah, if there's rarely do you throw 5 interceptions and win a game.
yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
agree.
That is crazy.
Did you watch
Now,
the? Oh, sorry. Go
uh
ahead.
huh. No, I was gonna ask you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you watch the Giants game and the Panthers? Did you wake up
Um,
early to watch
I did.
football in Germany?
I did. I did. I did. I woke up early because I woke up to watch some Premier League.
Yeah. Oh,
But at
okay,
the
okay.
same time, I was watching some Panthers. I was watching it because I was like, "Fuck yeah, NFL." But yeah, dude, it was good. It's always good to watch football in the morning. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dude, Daniel Jones just not good, not good, man. He was
No.
what 22 for 37 for 190 yards and 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was missing some wide open throws. And,
Yeah.
and you kind of feel sorry for the coach. What is it, Dable? Is it Dable or
Mm-hmm.
Debo?
Yeah. Dable.
Dable, right?
Ryan Dable.
Dable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel sorry for him because it's like, dude, he's probably like, this is not my quarterback. Like, I didn't want this fool. I
Yeah.
didn't decide
Yeah.
to pay his ass. Fucking GM
Yeah.
up there decided to pay his ass,
Yeah.
and oh yeah, not good for that team, man. They
And
should
if it, yeah.
they should be better. Put it that way.
Yeah. And it's crazy because like I feel like I can relate to the Giants for a bit. I was like, man, like the Bills used to do some stupid shit like that. Like I was watching the game. I was watching the game mainly for Xavier Leggett. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, come on, Leggett, like get some points against Caesar. I was like, come on, get it going. He didn't do too bad, but
Mm-hmm.
still, I was like, come on, and I had a parlay going for that game
Oh,
too.
okay.
But like, dude, it was. See, this is the shit that pisses me off. Like, but that's when you're like a sorry team and you do stupid shit. Like, that's so fucking annoying. And it's like, oh well, no wonder your record is what it is because it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw one play, but it was like 3rd and inches, and these motherfuckers decide to do a flea flicker,
Okay, I saw that.
and then fucking Daniel Jones just
Joe.
gets clobbered, and it's like he had 2 dudes wide open. Like, what the fuck were you looking at? Like, and it wasn't like complicated throw. It was just literally like, doop, just
Yeah.
we just needed inches, but here's 3 yards, catch it. Like, bro, what are you guys doing? Like, fuck that. Like I don't understand. Like, if it's a call from the fucking offensive coordinator, like, first of all, it's 13 inches. Why the fuck are you calling a flea flick?
Yeah.
Like, stop getting cute. Even the announcer was like, the Giants got cute on that one. It's like, yeah, what are you doing? You're struggling to beat the Panthers, and you think the answer is, yeah, let me run a flea flicker right here. I was like, dude, like that's why you lost to the fucking Panthers. That's why you're
Yeah.
2-8.
I think I saw that play. I don't know because I saw a flea flicker on that team on that game, and it was the Giants. But yeah, like you said, like it's weird because Daniel Jones didn't let it go. It's like,
Yeah, he didn't let it
and
go, and he got
and,
sacked.
and I'm sure the coaches are like, "What the fuck? He was
Oh,
open.
Dabo was pissed.
He was open. Let it go." And he took a sack. I was like, "Dude, what the fuck is this looking at? Who
Mm-hmm.
knows? Maybe he needs glasses. I don't know, dude." But
He needs corrective. Who was the quarterback that
oh
needed corrective surgery? Oh, Jameis Winston.
yeah, Jameis. Yep.
He needed corrective. He needed corrective
Hmm.
surgery for his vision.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
fuck,
so
maybe, dude.
who knows, man? But yeah, I saw that play and I was like, dude, let it go. And he didn't. And I was like, wow. So yeah, you just feel it for the coaching. You kind of feel it for the whole team because you're like,
Right?
dude, like we're paying this fool this much to do
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, no,
Yeah.
you can't. And that's why I remember seeing what is it? I think it was of course it was Hard Knocks, and
Yeah.
the GM was talking. Should we trade Saquon or should we keep Saquon? or
Oh
what do we do?
yeah, yeah,
And then, of
yeah,
course, they decided to, to pay Daniel Jones and let Saquon walk. I remember reading the comments, and a bunch of them were like, "Yeah, this video right there of the GM talking about who to keep makes me
yeah,
believe that me, a regular guy, could run, NFL, run an NFL team and shit." They're like,
yeah,
because because I think any fucking obvious person would have seen Daniel Jones is not your quarterback. Like
yeah.
he
Mm-hmm.
had one good season, got injured, and then you can't go like, oh, you know what? That one good season, yeah, we gotta pay him. We gotta pay him. Like,
Right.
no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You either tell him like, yo, you sign a fucking 1 year contract, prove it
Yeah.
deal, or get the fuck out of here. We'll start over and shit. But you
Yeah.
don't give him like, I think they gave him like a 4 year. I think
They
it's
gave him
like
a fat contract. They
yeah,
gave him a
like
fat contract.
150 million, something like that. But yeah, it
He
was
got a
like,
fat contract.
dude, oh
Yeah.
man. And then
Some
that,
of
and
these.
then of course,
Yeah.
and then of course you see Saquon in Philadelphia doing fucking back,
Oh,
backward
the
hurdles
hurdle.
and shit. Oh, like
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah. My
crazy,
running back,
man.
by the way. My running back.
Oh yeah, yeah. Crazy that it's crazy that he walked to a rival and now he's like, I think he's making all the difference in Philadelphia. That's why they're so good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, man, it's brutal for the Giants right now. Brutal,
And I
brutal,
think
brutal.
I think that's the other part where like I I question some of these decisions that are made by these people because, like you said, like Daniel Jones or Saquon, and
Yeah,
it's like, and not only did you get rid of Saquon, but then you're like, oh yeah, let's send him to to Philly. Let's
yeah.
keep him in the NFC East. Like, the fuck are you thinking? Like,
Hmm.
and I don't know that Saquon would have produced necessarily in with the Giants. So I kind of get that, right? Because sometimes
Hmm.
players are burnt out or whatever. So I get that part. But it's like, why would you trade him in your division?
Yeah.
Like, why? What? Like, I don't know. I feel like, did you think they were gonna suck? Like, and you were gonna get a better draft pick from like somebody else? Like, I don't get it. Like, send his ass somewhere else, even if they're not offering you the highest pick. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
he's not gonna whoop your ass twice a year.
Send his ass to Seattle. Fucking, you don't see
Yeah,
Seattle. You don't play Seattle that often. Fuck that.
yeah, yeah. It's like, dude, he's gonna whoop on your ass twice a year, and
Yeah.
he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, so he's definitely gonna whoop on your ass. It's like,
Hell yeah.
I was like, dude, and then you're like, yeah, we'll keep Daniel Jones. That's our guy. That Super Bowl. It's like, wow. It's like, all
Damn.
right, yeah, that was bad. Speaking about bad decisions, actually, before we go to that one, I want to talk to you
Mm-hmm.
about the Vikings and Jaguars.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and I'm asking because obviously I had the Minnesota defense.
Okay.
Um, but what did you think about that game, and what do you think about Minnesota? Are they that much more beatable because it looks like the Sam Darnold that we all know, that apparently all the analysts and everybody else forgot about, and they're like, oh yeah, he's having a great career and he's doing fantastic. And I'm like, we're talking about the same guy that saw ghosts
Yeah.
on the
Mm-hmm.
field.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the same guy. And what does he do today? He almost loses to Jacksonville.
To Mike, oh, was it a Mac
To
Jones?
Mac Jones, bro. He almost lost to Mac Jones. He threw 3 interceptions, was trying literally to give the game away to them.
Yeah.
And then they didn't score a single touchdown.
Yeah, they scored a touchdown. Four straight field goals.
4 straight field goals.
Yeah,
Like,
four.
dude, like, I don't know how sustainable that is.
So yeah,
Like,
it's rough because like if you were to tell me like, yo, Minnesota Vikings, they're hot team week 8, I think it was 9. Like,
mm-hmm,
yo, this is the team to beat right here. Minnesota coming out hot. Fucking Justin Jefferson providing fucking highlight plays. Fucking
mm-hmm,
Aaron Jones running the ball, and then all of a
mm-hmm.
sudden, boom, they just hit a wall. Like, oh, what the fuck? And like you
Right?
said, Sam Darnold, like, dude, like, like which one is it? Is he the Sam Darnold from like week 1 to week 7, or is it Sam Darnold like 2 weeks from last week he wasn't good also. This week
Yeah.
he was not good. Luckily they won the game because I think the defense,
Shut him out. Shut out
yeah,
the Jacksonville
yeah,
the rest of the fucking game.
exactly. So after that, their defense is good because
Oh
those
yeah.
motherfuckers helped my Niners to like fucking shitty ass points. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I think they still can produce, but oh my god, it'll be rough for Sam Darnold because I think I think I think teams are starting to figure him out now again,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll
Mm-hmm.
be like, okay, this is what you do to fucking take care of Sam Darnold, and
Oh
let's
yeah.
get to it.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, I think that's why I was like, hi, everybody was so high on Sam Darnold. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is still the Sam Darnold from the Jets, guys. Like, let's not get it carried away. You just haven't seen Sam Darnold in a long time because he hadn't started in a
Yeah.
long time. But this is still the same Sam Darnold, like, that you saw back then. So,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it's going to be interesting because you can't get away with three in against a different opponent. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
see how that goes.
All right, I got a
Go for it.
question for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is involving the Dallas Cowboys,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mainly the Dallas Cowboys. I got a question for you, but of
Okay.
course, they lost today brutally
Right.
to the Eagles, division rivals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, my question to you is, when is it when is it a good time to tell an old person to step down, a la Jerry Jones, playing owner, GM? Do you think it's time to somebody to step in and say, "Yo, that's it, get out. It's done for you." Like, and if you
Yeah.
do, what would you tell them? What would you do?
I would say for sure it's time for Jerry Jones to step out. But the thing is, like, there's a couple of things there. One, someone like Jerry Jones is an ego person, right? Pretty much
Mm-hmm.
anyone that's an owner in the NFL is gonna have a big ass fucking ego. So there's that kind of aspect. But then at the same time, it's like you don't necessarily need him to sell the team. You just need to be like,
Mm-hmm.
back the fuck off from football
Mm-hmm.
operations. Like,
Yeah.
just be an owner and just shut up. And so, but I don't think anyone like him is going to surround himself with football people that are going to tell him, like, hey, listen, what do you want more? Do you want the championships? Do you want success? Or do you just care about the money?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Dallas, right? So they're going to make money regardless, whether they
Yeah.
suck or
Mm-hmm.
whether they make the playoffs and go deep into the playoffs. They're going to make money. And so it's like you have to kind of decide, what is it that you want. And I think the coaches, I think at one point are going, like, that's the only people would be able to come from, is the
Mm-hmm.
coaches. The coach would have to say, listen, man, we got to win. And if I can't do it here, then do what you got to do and fire me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to get me fired anyways.
Yeah.
And then my record and my career is going to be tarnished, and I might not get another shot because they're going to be like, how the fuck do you fuck it up in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you have an owner that's willing to pay you an arm and a fucking leg to get you whatever, but you fucked it up. And in reality, it's not that way, right? Jerry Jones has his hands in everything,
Yeah.
and it's like, you're not a football expert. You
Mm-hmm.
just happen to have a lot of money. But you think because you have a lot of money and because you had success in the past because you have a lot of money in sports, you think you know what you're doing. And
Mm-hmm.
you don't. And it's like, and the game has passed you by. That's the other thing. And I'm glad you mentioned age. That's
Yeah.
another thing, is that there's certain people who the game has passed by and they refuse to, like, let that go.
Yeah.
You know, rest in peace, Al Davis was the same way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The difference is Al Davis passed away, right? And so his son, Mark Davis, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's dabbling in as much as the hands-on player approach. But remember, when Al Davis was around, it always felt like the Raiders always went with the stupidest fucking draft picks.
Yeah, the fastest guy, like
The
the
fastest guy. He's
yeah,
got that Raider mentality. Like
yeah,
you drafted a guy in the first round that could have been had in the fourth round, but
yeah.
because he's fast, you want to make what? And so Al Davis was the same way. And so I think someone's gonna have to step up and just say, "Hey, listen, we need you to step back. We don't need you to stop being the owner. We
Yeah,
don't need you
for
to sell
us.
the team. We just need you to step back. Like trust the people you hired to do their job.
Mm-hmm.
But whether these people are gonna want to say anything or not at the risk of losing their job, like
I
that
think
that's kind
the
of
I think the only person who could probably tell him that is his son, which is what is it, Stephen
Jones.
Jones, yeah, Stephen Jones, who's I think vice president, executive vice president, some shit like that.
Yeah,
I think he might be the only one who could tell him like, "Yo, step back." Like that's it.
yeah,
It's this shit's gotten it's honestly gotten by you already. Like just
yeah,
let us hire NFL football minds and let them
yeah,
make the decisions. And like you
yeah.
said, you can still be the owner. You can still collect the checks. You can still make all the money you want, but
Mm-hmm.
just step back. That especially that GM role. It's like you're like I think they're making good decisions, but I don't think
Right,
they're making the correct decisions that the team needs. And
right,
for me, the main one is Mike McCarthy, the coach. It's like, dude,
right.
that fool should have been gone like 2 years ago. I'm sorry, but it just you
Yeah,
could just tell the team is not playing for him, and I don't think the team is gonna play the rest of the season for him,
right.
and I don't think they're gonna play next season for him. So it's like, and then the story I'm hearing is that they're gonna get Belichick to come in as their new coach and shit. It's like, no, it's still not gonna be.
Mm,
It's still not gonna be good. Like Belichick is a great coach, great mind. I'm sure he's gonna get like some wins, but no, that time that he had in New England is beyond him. To ask him to do it again, I don't
mm-hmm.
think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen like that.
Yeah, and with what quarterback?
Exactly. Like,
What quarterback? Dak is now on IR. He's out for the rest of the year.
mhm.
So he loses all this season, and I don't think Dak is a Belichick quarterback, anyways.
No,
So
I
you'd
mean,
have to start. You'd have to start with a new quarterback.
and you got to remember, like Belichick was never an offensive mind. Like Belichick was just defense and special teams,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like, and he wasn't. I don't remember in New England being in an offensive minded coach.
No,
Um,
no. I mean, he had Tom Brady. So at the end of the day, that makes up for a lot, right? But then,
exactly,
and
exactly.
they, what they were was, they were machines in terms of we're not going to shoot ourselves in the fucking foot.
Hmm.
And they were. He was what I don't understand that it doesn't happen more often. But he was like, oh shit, your starting corner just went out, and now your third string corner is in. All right, Brady, make sure you take advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah,
And it
yeah.
would happen every time. It's like, oh, dude just came in. Oh yeah, they're gonna pick on him. Oh
Hmm.
shit, the starting linebacker just got, he just went down. Oh, yep, they're gonna go right after him. Like just basics.
Yeah,
His teams were just so good at the basics. Um, but that's another one who I think the time has passed him by. The
yeah.
game has changed a little bit, right? And I think Dallas might be in trouble because you've lost Dak. And I think it's the same way. Even if they did get Belichick, dude, Belichick and those are two egos that don't
Yeah.
mesh. Like you would have just ridiculous clashes right there because they
Yeah.
both want power.
Yeah.
And I yeah, I would love to see that though. I'm not gonna I would love to see Dallas get fucking Belichick. I would love to see that fucking train
Ah,
wreck. That would be
train
such an
wreck.
awesome. That would be such an awesome train wreck. Like,
Train wreck. Like you just see it. Like, oh my god. Like reporters asking him, like, yeah, Jerry Jones said this on his weekly radio show. What do you have to
mhm.
say? But it's just like, I don't care. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, my
Fuck
job is
that.
My job
Yeah.
is, to focus on the field, and I'd say their job is to focus on their job. It's like some shit like that.
Oh my god, dude.
So yeah, I would love to see that happen. I mean,
Yeah, no, but definitely, yeah, Jerry Jones, man. It's like, dude, it's time, man. Somebody needs to tell him it's time to step away, man. Like, you got your 30-year run as the
yeah,
owner and give him props. He did get them to the championship early in his tenure, but
yeah.
man, recently it's not been good, man.
Oh
Honestly,
no, it's been rough. Yeah,
yeah,
and I what I don't know is why did Trey Lance come in, just because Cooper sucked, or
yeah. They
oh,
just
he didn't
would
get hurt.
no, they just weren't doing sufficient, offensive stuff. So, and I think
Oh,
they brought him
good
in.
lord, yeah,
I think they just brought him in to provide a spark, but Trey Lance is Trey Lance. That's why he's third string.
bro, yeah. Fuck, Cooper Rush had 45 yards passing,
And, it was
and Trey
bad.
Lance had 21. Ooh,
Yep.
and a pick. It's funny because when I saw the score, because I hadn't checked my phone in a minute, when I saw the score, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. And then I saw that your ass had fucking Philly, and I was like, and then I was like, oh, well, it's 34 something. So, like, Saquon's got to have some. I'm like, how does Saquon not have a touchdown?
Yeah, he
I was like,
barely got 66 yards. I was like, what the
yeah. I
fuck?
was like, what? How did I get 6 fucking points? I was like, I had like 7 points or some shit. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this is some bullshit, dude. I was like, they smoked the Cowboys, and Saquon Barkley didn't do anything. I was like,
That tells you fucking Dallas sucks balls.
seriously, you didn't even need Saquon to win. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. I was like, I also hate it though. It's like, oh, we're at the goal line. Give it to Jalen Hurts,
Uh,
motherfuckers. Give it to fucking Barkley. It's like, God.
that's why I'm like, dude, give it to her so you get injured and shit, being a dumbass.
True.
Fucking
I
that
mean,
stupid coach.
yeah. I was like,
But
yeah. I was
yeah.
like, that was not a good. That was not a good one. Well, let me pose another one for you then.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of those who time has passed them by, what are your thoughts on Mr. Aaron Rodgers? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's where I was today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My coworker invited me to watch the Jets and the Cardinals play, and lucky for me, he had won tickets to a suite. And so he
Okay.
had 4 tickets to a suite, and he invited me, and that's why I was like, all right, I'll go. Like, that's a pretty awesome opportunity. I've never watched a football game from a suite, so I went to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But Aaron Rodgers was bad. It
Mm-hmm.
was bad. And I've said for a bit now, this whole Jets thing to me was overhyped.
Okay.
From the very beginning, I was never man, the Jets are going to be amazing. I was scared that they would be. I was scared that the experts were right, Um, but like I said, I have my doubts because pretty much you got to remember at the beginning of the season, everyone wrote Buffalo off.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to come down to the Jets in Miami. Jets might win the Super Bowl. Miami may win the Super Bowl. Buffalo's not even going to make the playoffs. And so, but to me, I still wasn't sold on Aaron Rodgers. And the other thing is like, he's old as dirt,
Yep.
and he's coming off of an Achilles injury. What makes you think he's going to be great? And then you traded for Devontae so late in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I just didn't understand the hype. Like, and not because I'm a Bills fan, I'm being a Jets hater. Like, no, I was genuinely concerned that the experts were going to be right. But
Mm-hmm.
when I look at Aaron Rodgers play, I'm like, dude, you're like a shell of yourself, almost like Peyton Manning was when he won his last Super Bowl. Where he just didn't have the arm. He was all fucked up, but luckily that defense was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so obviously the Jets, they're supposed to have one of those elite, defenses that you don't see very often, and they're
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sucking. They are
Yeah.
bad. Like you let the Cardinals whoop your ass.
Yeah.
But okay, so your defense sucks, right? And so when your defense sucks, your Hall of Fame quarterback that you went all in for
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
supposed to pick up the slack when your defense sucks. Not to mention, you went and got him a potential Hall of Fame receiver. Still hasn't done shit with him like enough to really say, "Wow, we've turned the page. We're going to the playoffs."
Yeah.
And two, you fired your head coach because you can't obviously come out and say, "Yeah, we suck because Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers sucks." Like, am I the only one like seeing it, or is everyone else seeing it outside of Jets Kingdom or whatever you want to call their stupid shit? Um, but yeah, tell me your thoughts on Old Man Rodgers.
No, you're exactly right. Like, it's the problem with Rogers, of course, is his age, coming off an injury. But the major problem with him is just the whole team in general. They're just, Woody Johnson, the owner, fired their coach. After that, it's like boom, like once you fire your coach during the season, it's like the rest of your team is gonna be like, yo, what the fuck do we do? Who's our coach? Our
Right.
what is it? Linebackers coach is our new coach. He's not a head coach, type ready. So
Right.
now it's like, dude, like what the fuck do we do? And defense sucks now. But Aaron Rodgers, the only thing that's been good for him is that he's been putting up like I think the last two games, he's put up some solid numbers. This game was just, I think it was just fucking one of those games where he just sucked balls.
Yeah.
What was he? 22 for 35 for 151, no touchdowns, and he did get lose a fumble, 3 sacks. So yeah, it's bad right now, and I think it's just a picture of Aaron Rodgers sucking and has been sucking this whole year. The team getting desperate, fucking going
Yeah.
out to get Adams, and it just doesn't produce. It just that's what you get when you trust a 40-year-old. Like, dude, like he's old, and it just that's something the Jets would do. Like fucking give their franchise to a fucking 40-year-old, former MVP that I thought that he could come in and win them a Super Bowl. It's like, not like that. It doesn't work all the time.
Right.
But is
Yeah.
he over? I think so. I think it'll be interesting what the Jets do next season. This season, that's it. It's done. 3-7. You're not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if you do, it's like, you're gonna get knocked out in the first round because your team sucks and shit. But they're 3-7, and I don't think their percentage to make the playoffs. I think is like around 10%, something like that. So they would pretty much have to win the rest of the games to make the playoffs, and I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
so for me, it's like we definitely got to see what happens next this offseason. Of course, they got to go out and get a new coach, and then that coach has to decide whether he wants Aaron Rodgers, whether he keeps Devontae Adams. Like, dude, it's gonna be another rebuild pretty much for the Jets, I would say, because I don't think
Yeah.
a new coach for the Jets is gonna come in and say, yes, I'm gonna take Aaron Rodgers and that's gonna be
Right.
my quarterback.
Right. I'm
No,
gonna lose 1 year with Aaron Rodgers.
yeah,
You know. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I don't
unless
think
you
so.
draft a rookie quarterback because you're sucking so bad that you say like,
Yeah,
okay, you know what, we're gonna suck the rest of this year, and we'll take one of the top two quarterbacks, and then we'll let him sit 1 year behind Aaron Rodgers. Like,
mm-hmm.
call it a wash, whatever. But at least he sits 1 year back behind Aaron Rodgers. But it's not like Aaron
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers likes to mentor young quarterbacks, anyways.
Yeah,
So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, that was, I don't know. That was bad, dude. That was really really bad. I mean, I enjoyed it as a Bills fan. I was like,
yeah,
let's go. I was like, let's go Cardinals. I'm not a Cardinals fan, but being there and in the suite, I was like, yeah, let's go Cardinals.
oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
and so I'm gonna share some stuff from the game. Let's see if I can pull this up. Yeah, and it was, I will say, it was pretty damn awesome, dude. It was
Okay.
pretty damn cool. So shout out to my coworker for the invite. Let's do the window. Let's do that one. I think it's showing. Can you see it there?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
that's the.
kitchen.
Yeah. So that's a little. They had some sliders. They had some burgers. Dude, like
Yeah.
the
Okay.
food was good, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was ridiculous. The food was great, and I was like, oh, the Bills game is on while they were watching the Bills game. Um, and then that's kind of the view.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, it was cool, man. It was freaking awesome. Um, the popcorn, they had popcorn like they had as much booze as you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
So that was pretty awesome.
What were you
Uh,
drinking on? Just beer or?
I had like two high noons,
Oh, okay.
and then they had some like and then I had like a Coors Light or whatever. So
Okay.
I didn't want to go heavy on the booze because the way it worked was um the owners of the box seats they have a child in one of our schools,
Oh, okay.
and so kind of what they'll do to help fund raise funds for the schools or whatever, they'll be like, hey, we're offering our box like 4 tickets to our box seats,
Oh,
and
okay.
you can raffle them or whatever. So like they were doing like $50 a ticket for the raffle to see if you win,
Mm.
and my buddy won the 4 tickets or whatever.
Oh,
So
okay.
then but they were going to be at like those same people are also the owners of the suite. They're gonna be there, you
Oh,
know. So
okay. Yeah.
I was like, I can't be drunk and be like, oh, hey, thank you so much, you know, like, this is great. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I work for this company too. Like, oh yeah, that was gonna be bad. So yeah, that didn't happen. But yeah, they had high noons. They had the course. So this was the menu. I don't know if you could see it, but
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's funny because I didn't even realize that the popcorn had tajin on it until I read that. I was like, wait, the popcorn has tajin? So then I
Oh,
went
okay.
back and I was
Season
like, all
purple.
right, yeah. Um, dude, like the food was just it was ridiculous, dude.
Okay.
The it was really good. Like the chicken and or the chili pekin and garlic steak salad, that was really good. I didn't have any of the stadium burgers, but we had the little sliders, the
Mm-hmm.
Arizonican sliders. Those were legit.
Okay.
The I didn't see the quesadilla gorditas. That sucks. Um, yeah, I tried the popcorn. The popcorn is good. The kettle chips were actually really good. And then the white chocolate mousse tacos, dude,
Oh, okay. For
that
real?
was legit. Like the dessert, bro, that was the dessert was legit.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I think I took some pictures. So yeah, so you got some. That was like as soon as we walked in. So we were the first ones there. Like they let us in. Like even the owners of
Mm-hmm.
the suite weren't there, so they let us in. And we're like, cool. Um, that was so like they got like little koozies that you can grab. I grabbed two. I was like, whatever. I'll give
Okay.
them to my cousin. He's a Cardinals
Yeah.
fan. Um, that was kind of the drinks or whatever, and they just keep restocking them. I think
Okay.
the high noons were I think like black cherry, which is actually pretty good. Like I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
keep drinking the high noons. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I gotta represent for work too. I can't just be like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get wasted and shit. Um, oh, that's the video. Let's see. That was the view. That was another picture from the view. I think that was the burger. Those were the
Okay.
sliders. The sliders were pretty legit. They had sushi too.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's dope.
So I'm not a big sushi person, but they had sushi. Uh, that mac and
Mac and
cheese was
cheese.
that was actually pretty good. That was like your condiments for your burgers. That was like a 7 layer dip. At
Oh,
first we
okay.
thought it was dessert, dude. It looked like dessert when they first brought it in. We're like, oh shit, what's that? And I'm like, wait, that's that's a dip.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we had great views, dude. It was awesome. And that was like them coming out, Aaron Rodgers, the old man there, the flag,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the thing, the ref,
Coin
um,
toss.
yeah, the coin toss, them getting ready to snap the ball or whatever for their first play. It was cool. Like I was able to have a good view. The only thing that
Okay.
sucked for a bit was because it was a beautiful day, the roof was open, and so like where we were sitting on the second row, like it was starting to cook us. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I have a picture, but I didn't get to put it up because I don't like how I look in it. I look pretty shitty. But two players came by, and we got to chat it up with two players.
Like old players or
Yeah, old players.
oh, okay.
One,
That's dope.
I don't know if you remember him, but he was like a linebacker. His last name was Golden,
I
Marcus
think I
Golden.
yeah, I think I do remember. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The other one, I know you know, because he's one of their better running backs. That was a former running back for them. That was pretty legit. Didn't have a very long career. Was pretty legit though.
Nah, I don't. The Cardinals?
Yeah,
Um, no, not off the top of my head. No, I can't think of nobody.
David Johnson.
Oh, that's right. At the dude they paid
Yeah,
a lot. Yes. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so it was funny though because I didn't know who they were at first, right? But everybody got all happy when they walked in or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, who are they? I'm like, obviously they're football players. I just couldn't tell who they
Yeah,
were because I'm not a Cardinals fan, so I know the
yeah,
names if you tell me the names, but I just don't know what they look like outside of
yeah. Of course.
their jerseys. And so I was like, who? So the first dude I started dabbing it up with was Marcus Golden. And he was like,
Okay.
"Oh, you're a Bills fan," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm a Bills fan." He's like, "How'd that happen?" So I was telling him the story of how that happened. But then he was like, "Oh, all right, cool. Like, yeah, man, like they're doing pretty damn good." And I was like, "Yeah, man, but like, as a Bills fan, I hate the Jets, so go Cardinals." He's like, "Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna keep talking." And then people wanted to start taking pictures with him. And then my coworker was like, "Hey, who's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's Marcus Golden or whatever, like former linebacker or whatever." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then the other guy was like not too far from me, and I'm like, "Hey, I can't see who that is. What's his?" Because they have name tags. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
I can't see who that is. What's it say?" And he was like, "Oh, it says David Johnson." I was like, "Oh, fuck that! I'm getting a picture." I was like, "I'm gonna
Yeah.
go say
Okay.
what's up to David Johnson." I was like, "I know David Johnson. Like, I
Yeah.
remember that guy specifically." And I'm like, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take a picture with David Johnson." Um, so yeah, I have a picture. I didn't really like how it came out in it
Oh,
because I was
okay.
in the sun. My cheeks are fucking red as the shirts, bro. Like I was like, god damn it. So, but yeah, that was pretty cool, dude. That was
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
yeah. So that was a cool little experience there with the game and being in the box seats, and the owners were really cool. People there really like to help out the schools and
Okay.
things like
Okay.
that. So yeah, they were cool, man. They in fact they texted me earlier today and they were like, "Oh, like it was great meeting you. Like we really like some of the ideas," because they were asking about ideas like how to help raise funds for the schools and like how to get parent involvement. And I was like, "Oh, this is what we used to do in California. This is what I did in California, and these are the ideas that I want to roll out." And they're like, "Oh yeah, you know what? That's great." Like so, like the husband literally texted me like maybe like an hour before we started. He was like, "Hey, it was great
Yeah.
meeting you. Like, can you send me your contact info? Want to be in touch? Like, I'm gonna send out like he was gonna send out like a grant or something to
Oh, okay.
like a company. I told him like that they build playground equipment or playgrounds for
Yeah.
schools, and he was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna reach out to them." So, but those dudes are loaded, bro. They got money, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, That's cool." I was like, if those are the friends I gotta make, I was like, "Hey, let's go." I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Yeah, they got money, dude." She was like, I think my coworker was telling me that she sold like $1 billion company. So like apparently they each had their own companies,
Oh,
and
okay.
then like now they're finally they're working together to have their own company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like apparently he was saying that the wife or whatever, she sold like a $2 billion company. Now obviously
Mm.
we don't think she made $1 billion from the sale, right? But like you gotta assume like she probably made at least like 100 to 200 million from the sale like that.
Still a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. That's still a lot of money. I was telling my
For
coworker,
us. Oh yeah, shit.
I was like, that's still a lot of money. Fuck yeah, dude. Because she was telling me that they have two suites. There's like a
Oh, okay.
like level 3 and then level 2, and then so we were like the third level, and but that's where they were hanging out. But she was saying that yeah, like they have another one, and that's where they like to go to that one for the concerts apparently because
Oh, okay.
she said they've been to like 5 Super Bowls, and I was like, God damn, must be nice, dude. I want to do that.
For
I want to
us.
do that too. But yeah, dude, that was cool. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
But
that's dope, man.
when watching the game, I was also watching another game. What game you think that is that I was watching, C's?
Was it during the afternoon games?
Nah, fucker. It was our fantasy football game, dude.
Oh, that's right. I was like, what game? What the fuck game?
Yeah, keeping an eye on our fucking game.
Oh yeah, buddy.
So if you
Nah,
guys
man.
remember,
Yeah.
we talked about it last week about Caesar and I matching up this week, and seeing how we were gonna fare, and see who's gonna. We both need to win, but I think Caesar's team needs to win a lot more than I do right now.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say, in the morning, I felt a lot more comfortable. In fact, after the Thursday night game, I felt a lot more comfortable. But as the day went on, that comfort of mine went away a little bit. So I'm gonna show everyone where we are at. But here we are. I don't know if you can see. I'm assuming a little.
Yeah.
There we go. So I think at one point your chances of winning were really low.
Yeah, it went down to like 10%, something like around
Yeah.
there.
And I was expected to get like 135 points or some shit like that. And so
Yeah.
I was feeling really good against Caesar, everyone. Just so you guys know, I was like, yeah, I got this in the bag. In fact, my wife would probably tell you, I was like, yeah, fuck you, Caesar. Oh, you know what? I said that when George Pickens got a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh fuck yeah. I was like, I got Caesar. I was like, if George Pickens is scoring, I was like, I got Caesar. I was like, I got this. I'm not worried about it now. And Leggett had a decent game, right? So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, Leggett had a decent game. I'm not too worried about it. So like I said, as the game was going on, I felt comfortable. And so the morning games came, and like the Persall, the Ricky Persall, that one hurt me. That one took into my lead.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, that one hurt a little bit. But then your kicker got 12 points, and your fucking defense,
baby.
Your fucking defense brought you back to life.
Hell yeah.
You are back to life.
Dude, yeah, and kudos to you. Like you said, that Thursday game, Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews went off. I think you started Mark Andrews late, no? Or were you always gonna play him? No, you were.
Yes,
I
was gonna play Pitts, and then I made the switch because there was a chance that Pitts might not play. But either way, I wanted to free up my flex because I was waiting on Nico, and so I freed up because I had both tight ends starting technically.
Yeah.
And so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start Andrews, match him up with Lamar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that Thursday game, I was like, fuck, dude. This was up by I think you were up by 50-something points.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, I was like, damn, when Lamar scores 40 points, yeah, you pretty much got that shit in the bag. But luckily, Eagles defense came through with me, man. They fucking intercepted Cooper Rush, I think 3 times, I believe. Four fumble recoveries.
4 fumble recoveries, dude. 4. God.
And they just allowed 6 points, dude. I was like, hell yeah, that fucking defense helped me the fuck out. But the one that fucking kills me is my kicker, Jake Moody, missing 3 field goals, where I think they were all of them were beyond 40 yards. So it's like, dude, like that's what 12 points right there. Mm-hmm. If he would have made all his field goals, I probably would have been.
You would be in the lead.
Lead or close to it, and it would have come down to like fucking whose running back does better, tomorrow.
Yeah, and we both have. Yeah, we both have running backs tomorrow.
We both have Miami Dolphins running backs tomorrow. So Sergio has Mostert, which is mostly a goal line back, and I have A-Chain, which is their fucking, I think their prime running back. So man, but I'm still down 12 points?
12 points. Yeah, you need about 13 points to win. Yeah. Because you're on the low end of it. So you're about 12.8.
Yeah, so it comes down to tomorrow night. We'll see which running back fucking scores or fucking keeps the lead. If Mostert gets his his yards and no touchdown, I think you guys won. You won.
Yeah.
But if A-Chain gets a touchdown and gets his running yards, I think I'm gonna get it. So it's a fucking nerve-wracking game next week because, like you said, I need this fucking win, man.
Yeah. And you know what? So the other thing that really caused this to be a lot closer is that Nico Collins was there was a chance he was going to start. Right, he was coming back from
Yeah.
IR. That's my number one receiver, and so I had him in the flex for that reason too, just in case I wasn't able to play
Mm-hmm.
him. I could decide to play someone else. Um, and I was trying to decide. I was like, shit, do I want Robert Woods or do I want Jonnu Smith? And like, I was
Okay.
genuinely leaning towards Jonnu Smith, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think I want Jonnu Smith, but I was like, no, because if I go Jonnu Smith, like, I'm gonna have to go into Monday night, like, not knowing the status of the situation, right? Like,
Okay.
I might be in limbo. So I thought, like, all right, Robert Woods is technically listed as a third receiver. I was like, if he gets like 4 or 5 points, now I've built a really big cushion on Caesar because we both have players going tomorrow
Yeah.
and they're both running backs. So I was like, all right, I'm not too worried about it. But like 12 points for me is a realistic point difference between Achane and Mostert. To me, it's
Yeah.
realistic in the sense that
Yeah.
Achane can definitely have 12 points more than Mostert.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the move to plug in someone for this game was just to build the cushion
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like if he could get 4 points, then you overcoming 16 points would be a lot harder than the 12.
Yeah.
Even though it's just 4 points, but that's essentially 40 more yards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'll feel better about that, and then I won't worry about it going into Monday.
Yeah.
But I got point one from Robert Woods, dude. I think he got
Robert
targeted
was
like
once.
twice,
Oh yeah,
twice,
twice.
and one was in the end zone and he dropped it. And I was like,
Yeah.
fucking shit, dude. If he would have got the touchdown, I would have been happy. Like I think it would have
Yeah.
been a wrap. If he gets a
Yep.
touchdown, I think it's a wrap. And I was just like, oh, dude. I was like, that didn't help me. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching tomorrow's game more than anything. I hope the Rams win to
Yeah,
just
I know
put
it's
a
gonna be
nail.
here in LA too. So
Yeah, I hope the Rams win. I hope they put a nail in the coffin of the Dolphins because fuck the Dolphins. But at the same time, I hope that neither Mostert or A-Chain do anything.
yeah, if that
I hope they
happens,
both get shut down.
no, I'll be rooting for the Dolphins because I do need the Rams to lose
Oh, that's
for my
true.
Niners.
That's
So I'm gonna
true.
be rooting for the Dolphins. A Chain, come on, baby, I need this. I can run your ass off. Like, come on.
Yeah, get him to the goal line, but then give it to Mostert.
Hopefully not, man. I hate those. Like, oh, he's out at the 1 yard line. It's like,
I'll take him out. Yeah,
oh,
he brought you all the way to the one. You know what? Let's
yeah, like
reward him by taking him out.
taking him out and bringing in fucking Monster to get. Oh, dude, I hate those.
Yeah, yeah. That
But yeah,
that I
man.
think that's gonna hopefully it's gonna make for an interesting game. So we'll have an update for you guys in the next one to see how that went and
Yeah.
see how it goes. But if you watch this episode before the Monday night game, go ahead and put a comment and see who you think is gonna win. Is it gonna be me with Mostert helping me keep that cushion, or is C's gonna pull through and come out, and defy the odds of being a 25% chance of winning underdog?
Oh, shit.
Um, I mean,
It can happen. It can
there's a
happen.
chance, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you're at 25%. There's a chance. You were at 10% at one point, so crazier things have happened, and I don't think for A-Chain, um, it's unrealistic for him to get way more points and kind of put me in a tough situation. So we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But what about the rest of the league? Because I don't even know. I didn't check out the rest of the league. So here's the rest of the league, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Here are the standings, right quick. So again, I dropped all the way down a second, and then you've got Mr. Alabama Salvi, Mr. Potato Salad
Mm-hmm.
himself, and in third you've got Prime. I didn't realize Prime was working his way up.
Yep. Yep.
And then Kamish is in fifth. We got
Beast
Beast
mode.
Mode in sixth. We got Rook at seventh. We got C's fighting for his dear life in eighth. You got Slap Yo Mama holding on to that ninth place, fighting with Brent and Davey, and then Bolt the fuck up. Actually, hold on. Before we continue, I want your thoughts on the veto of the
Oh
trade.
yeah,
And so for those of you who don't know, in fact, I don't know if it shows up. Maybe does it still show up? Is
yeah.
it?
I think it
I thought
does.
it was right. Yeah, I thought it was
It
showing up.
hasn't been approved or declined. Yeah, it's still there.
All right, so all right, we're gonna show you guys the trade, and we want to get your thoughts. So put that shit in the comments or something where we can go back and read your thoughts. But basically, a portion of the league shut down the this trade. All right, which is interesting because we talked about what I thought was probably an even less equal trade that went down between Boog and C's, and that went through. And then this one that I thought, oh, it's not so bad, didn't go through. And so I'm curious to see what people's thoughts are, and I'm curious to get your thoughts because obviously we were all kind of just texting back and forth. I decided I was fine with it. I didn't care just because, like I said, like I wasn't going to cock block a trade.
Yeah.
But then I was surprised by all the vetoes, and so what's your take on the trade and why you think it was vetoed?
I think it was vetoed. It was vetoed because, of course, it's just other teams doesn't want to see other teams get better. That's it for me.
Right.
I wouldn't have approved the trade because my main what is it? My main principle is just another owner cannot tell me who I could trade or who I can trade, and that's just me. It's like, don't tell me who I trade. If I want to trade D Hop for Jamar Chase, I'm gonna trade him. That's it.
Right.
It's my thinking. I'm gonna just do it.
Right.
For this trade, based off Jamar Chase, it's Jamar Chase, Rashad Bateman for DeAndre Hopkins and CJ Stroud. Is it a fair trade? Yes and no. I know what is it? All World, which is Davey. He's bottom of the league, so
Right.
he needed a quarterback because
Right.
the old quarterback he had was Dak, and I think he just picked up Aaron Rodgers. So I was like, oh
Right.
yeah, you need a quarterback. So that I can see
Right.
why he's trading Jamar Chase for C.J. Stroud. You keep making an argument that now DeAndre Hopkins is a number one receiver
Right.
in the Chiefs because he kind of is. You saw it in this previous game where he went off. And then I think Rashad Bateman it's a good convenience piece for the Ravens. But is it a fair trade? No. But like I said, no trade is ever fair. There's always one team taking advantage of another team, and that's what I think happened here. I think the Natty, our commish, I think he went to All World, saw him that he was in the bottom of the league, and he's like, "Yo, this was desperate. Let me make a trade and let me get his best player. His best player being Jamar Chase." And you know what? If you want to get out of the bottom of the league, you got to trade away your best piece. That's just how it is sometimes.
You got to become well rounded.
Yeah, and so that's how you move up. You gotta trade, and so that's what I think happened. Like I said, I wouldn't approve the trade. There were other players, other managers that said no, this is not even, and then the other managers start saying like, oh, DeAndre Hopkins is not a one, and to me, I hate that because that's debatable. Like you, we're not going to debate who's number one, who's number two. If CJ Stroud is a top tier quarterback or if he's not, that's we could debate that all day, and there's never going to be a correct or wrong answer. So it's like, dude, just let the trade go. These are two managers that are capable. They know what they know what they're doing. They know the NFL. They know their team. Just let them trade. And that was my thinking. That's a good trade. Let it go.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, when the trade was made, to be clear for everyone, DeAndre Hopkins hadn't played the game that he did with the Chiefs where he blew up. So that hadn't been justified to say, no, well, now you're giving away Jamar Chase and DeAndre Hopkins. It was literally like, okay, you're giving up Jamar Chase and DeAndre Hopkins, like whatever.
Yeah.
But like he showed that he was backed himself against or with a team like KC with a quarterback like Mahomes versus what was going on in Tennessee, then yeah, that makes a big difference. And so I thought that was interesting that it was vetoed. I was like, wow. I was like, and I wonder if some of it was because it was Kamish. I was like, damn, are they being assholes to Kamish?
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I was like, oh, sorry, I gotta
you're
close my
good.
fucking.
Yeah, you're good. No, I got something in my eye. I keep fucking rubbing my eye.
I think that was part of it also because they did brought up like, oh, those two managers know each other and fucking there's some shit going on behind the scenes. But I'm like, dude, we can never know that. Like, we're not gonna fucking investigate. Like, all right, fool, send me your phone records and shit.
Yeah,
like,
tampering.
yeah, like we can't decide that. So it's like, dude, just let it go. Let them fucking approve the trade, and we'll see what happens. Like,
yeah,
it's just, oh man, and again, I hate it when the other managers are like, yo, nah, if that trade would have been fair, then so and so should have thrown in that player. He has to throw in that player to to approve the trade. I'm like, what? Like, how are you gonna trade? How are you gonna tell another manager who to trade and who not to trade? If they want to trade, so and so for so and so, then that's on them. Like, it shouldn't be vetoed. It should be like, yo, then if he's making a smart decision for his team, then let it go. It's not because this dude is dumb. But I do agree that there should be some veto if it's definitely lopsided. Like I mentioned, like if there's somebody's trading like a kicker for a top receiver, yes, that's obvious. Common sense will tell you, yeah, that should be vetoed because that's not fair.
Yeah.
But this trade, I think it was close enough to being fair, and that's why I think it should have been approved.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I'm wondering, is it more that they were worried that Davey was going to get better, or was it more of like Kamish is going to get better, and you don't want that team to end up with essentially having almost 3-4 number one receivers, right? Because we know Drake London's a number one. We know Amon-Ra St. Brown's a number one. So they would have had Jamar Chase, and now he would have now had Jamar Chase as a number one.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like he would have had Jamar Chase, and then he would have had another receiver in Bateman or whatever. Yeah. I get it. Like, yeah, that's somewhat of a scary team, right? You're gonna have 3 number ones plus Derrick Henry. I mean, and then the rest of your receiver, your other running back is pretty much garbage. I mean, not now, right? Zach Moss is hurt, so it kind of really boosts up Chase Brown.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of feel like it was more of, fuck, we can't let George get that much better. We can't let Kamish get that much better because he's now gonna take out the rest of us. And I don't know if Charlie vetoed. Did Charlie veto? I don't think so.
No, I don't think it was just. It was just.
That was the middle of the pack teams.
Yeah, like what is it? The rookie, beast mode, prime time.
And potato salad. I think potato salad.
Potato salad. Yep.
Potato salad. Brent abstained.
Brent abstained. I think Bolt the fuck up. I think he vetoed it. Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Chuko vetoed it as well.
But dude, I think that's why they vetoed it. Or I don't think it's gonna go through because it would have been.
Yeah, I think he just hasn't taken it off. I just think he hasn't taken it off. But yeah, that was kind of shady. I was like, oof. So
yeah, dude.
So based on that, I mean, what are we looking at here, Cease? Who do you? Let's see. Kamish looks like he's gonna take an L.
Yep.
So Chuko gets his 3rd win, right? Which is funny because I don't know that it would have made a difference for this game, for this week, being the fact that Chuko still has somebody, has got some points to get anyways. Slap Your Mama looks like he's going to get a victory. So the 9th place team is moving up. The 7th place team probably going to drop. Then you've got Our World without the trade. Looking like
all of a sudden.
Looking like he's going to get the win even without the trade. And then Primetime, our guy Primetime, always talking shit, can't even break 100. Somebody's got to send that text and be like,
I know.
You gonna break 100? You
Hell,
can't even break
that's
100. You
Can
can't
you
even
break
break 100.
65?
Damn, seriously, can you break 60? Can you break 80? Can you
Yeah.
break 80? And then fucking Cream Pie, bro. They
I
are
know. Cream
gonna.
pie keeps
He is
fucking
just
cream
racking
pie.
them up, dude. He is giving cream pies away to everybody. So this time around, his victim was Mr. Brantwood. Uh,
Yep.
you know, taking a big L. That's a pretty damn big L.
Hell yeah,
So
man.
you know, it's gonna be an interesting way to shape up. I am glad that the number 3 team is gonna take an L or
Mm-hmm.
may take an L. Yeah, they're taking an L. So that helps, right? So whether I win or lose, well, if I lose, it's not a big deal, right? It's not too bad. Who's the 4th place team?
I think it's
Prime
Peaceful.
Time's
Oh,
taking
prime
an
time.
L, and he's taking an L. So that's another one for me. So
Mm.
if I win tomorrow, I'm in really good shape. I don't lose the game to Charlie. So we're still neck and neck, even though he'll increase his points lead. And then if I lose, not the end of the world because 3 and 4 are also losing. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there won't be a lot of change there. So I'm excited about that. You, on the other hand, you need the win because what is it? Well, 5th place is going to take an L, right? So it's not too bad there. 7th place is taking an L, so it's not too bad there. And then
Yeah.
6th place, though, that one's going to hurt you. 6th place is
Oh yeah.
taking the
That's the
W's.
playoff spot. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
one I'm
playoff
looking
spot,
at.
and they're going to win. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that is going to be interesting. That will be a very, very interesting game tomorrow. I'm excited about that. I am excited about that. That's gonna be pretty good.
Shit, we'll see. We'll see, man. Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. So that wraps up the football portion of this.
You want to continue or you want to call it? You good?
Well, we're gonna just move on right quick to what we
All right.
promised the people. We promised them the portion of the rest of the trip that
Yeah, the
had
rest of your
nothing to
Mexico
do
trip.
with the actual race. So just kind of to give a glimpse of what we did. So what we'll do is I'll just pop some pictures in right quick and just kind of blow through them right quick just to give people
Go
kind
for
of
it.
an
Go for it.
idea as what we were doing. Let's see. Let's pop that bad
Hope you
boy up
got.
here.
I hope you got some food pictures.
I think I had some. I don't remember taking too many. Let's see here. So that's just a quick view of what our Airbnb looked like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we had that was kind of like the living room. I don't know if you remember, but I was saying when we were watching the Dodger game, we are watching it in this living
Yeah.
room, and so you can see the little balcony. You see how it's like glass windows or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
So the street view, the street was down there. Um,
That's
and
dope, man.
yeah, and then that was one of the bedrooms. That was the
Okay.
kitchen. That was our bedroom. And then this is McDonald's. So the reason this made it on there is because that was our first meal when we got to Mexico. But the reason we had that meal was because they had limited edition keychains. So this
Okay.
keychain right here was specifically for the race, and they only had a limited amount. But you can only get it if you ordered a certain combo.
Okay.
So my wife and I were like, "Fuck it, let's get it." And there was a McDonald's literally in the shopping like mall right across the street from our from our hotel room. So that's literally why we have McDonald's.
And how did it taste?
You know, mine wasn't bad, but it was a little bit too heavy. It was like it was a quarter pounder. It's supposed to be a quarter pounder, but it
Okay.
also had like cheese sauce and it had
Mm-hmm.
jalapenos and it had bacon on it. So it was
Oh,
good,
okay.
but it was kind of heavy. And I'm like, man,
Mm-hmm.
that was pretty heavy. But again, I just wanted it for the keychain.
Yeah.
So that was the first place we went to go eat for dinner when we all got together because we got there a lot earlier than my sister-in-law and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we have McDonald's because Yanni and I got there super early in the day.
Okay.
This is just a quick picture. Remember, I was telling you about the filming.
No.
So
Okay.
that was just kind of them saying, hey, like after the qualifying, make sure you stay because they're gonna go ahead and record or film or whatever. These were some of the bottles that I bought. You know, the Fortaleza, the Añejo.
Oh, okay.
super hard to get in the states. Allocation's really hard, and then this one's also pretty cool because it's the same distillery, but like in Mexico they call it Los Abuelos instead of Fortaleza.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we ended up getting that in that really cool liquor store that I had mentioned. This is one of the places that we went to have coffee. I think this was Monday after the race or whatever. So this place was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed, dude. It was crazy busy. It's funny though, because when we got there, it was packed, and then as it like the time went by, it kind of started to get empty because I guess we hit the morning rush of people going to work.
Okay.
So that was kind of the way it was packed, but the inside was super cool, especially like I said, they're honoring. We were in preparation for Dia de los Muertos, so that was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
The vibe in
That's
there was
dope.
real cool. Yeah. I had Café de Olla, and then I had, if I'm not mistaken, it was Campurrado or Atole. I think it might have been Atole de
Okay.
de Guayaba or the
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, dude, it was pretty damn good. Um, had some chilaquiles.
Nice.
Yeah, some bougie looking chilaquiles, but they
Yeah.
were
Looks
they were pretty
looks
good.
looks fancy, but okay.
Yeah, but they were good. Yeah, right. They were good though. Let's see. This is we went to my wife and I went to we went all of us to Xochimilco where
Okay.
the trajineras are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, this is kind of our
Like
balcony.
view. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to cut the sound out. I don't know where it's at.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, there no. Oh, there it is. Quick, there we go. So yeah, like right here, right there. So right here across the street, that's the mall.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then this thing right here, it's the restaurant. So the restaurant, there was a restaurant beneath us,
Mm-hmm.
and that one was called Migrantes, and so that's why like that street for whatever reason, super fucking loud, dude. All hours of the day was super loud. Um, so yeah, this is us at Xochimilco. Like it was cool, dude. Like the papel picado, which is fucking like which is awesome. It made for great pictures, super
Okay.
colorful. Like that's literally how bright it was.
Yeah.
There's no editing or whatever. That was pretty awesome. Um, there's a sign, came out pretty perfect. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna upload this picture. You got the little boats in the back.
Yeah.
That's the one we took because again, like we were celebrating um, my my sister in law's husband's birthday,
Okay.
so they gave us that one. Um, we found one that said Checo Perez, so that was cool. Um, there was a couple of those that had Checo Perez. One like passed us by, and like my brother-in-law and I were like, Checo, Checo, and the people were like with it, like yeah,
Yeah.
it was like one or two people on that one, but they were with it, right? And then there was another one that came by and it was crowded, and we were like did the same thing, and it was like they had no clue what the fuck we were talking about. Like it was like you guys just got on that boat and you had no clue what it was about.
Yeah.
This was kind of like a brewery, little hipsterish restaurant that was like 5 minute walking distance from our Airbnb, and it
Yeah.
turned out to be pretty good. Like it was called Yakan, so
Okay.
these were beer, and it was pretty good, dude. The beers were actually pretty good, and the food was pretty good too. Um,
Okay.
I will say I think we had aguachiles, the ribeye, and
Mm-hmm.
I think all of us. Um,
Yeah.
the rest of the food was good, but I think the aguachiles, which is the only thing that we technically shared,
Yeah.
which is why we were like, oh man, our stomachs are not 100%. Like I think it was because the aguachile. It was good though, but I think that might have done us wrong.
Okay. Okay.
This was the La Basilica. So I
Mm-hmm.
promised my mom, that I would go see La Virgen. My mom's like, oh
Okay.
yeah, I prayed to La Virgen, especially with my daughter and everything that happened to her when she was born. Um, my mom swears by La Virgen, and she it meant a
Okay.
lot to her. Like she got emotional. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you have to go. And so I sent her pictures. So it's kind of like the outside of it. So on the left hand side, está la Basilica. I
Mm-hmm.
believe this was the old, Basilica where the Virgin Mary used to be.
Okay.
Um, and I don't know what that one is, but I think this is the old one, and then to the left is the new one. So that I sent my mom pictures like, hey, we were there. This is now we went to Chapultepec. I think Tuesday we went to Chapultepec. That Tuesday before we
Mm-hmm.
got back was Chapultepec. So it's like this is a statue for los defensores de la patria. That was a really cool place. And then if you look the opposite way, you could see uh, what is it? El Ángel de Triunfo, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. Okay.
But like way on the other, like opposite side. So that was pretty
Uh
cool.
huh.
This is El Castillo de Chapultepec. So
Okay.
this is where I believe um my wife wanted to make sure I mentioned it. She was like, for those of you who may know or recognize it, this is where Romeo and Juliet was filmed. The one with
Oh,
Leonardo
okay.
DiCaprio.
Oh, really?
Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so this was a really cool castle. It was pretty awesome. I took this one. I was like, I'm gonna upload it because that's Emiliano. So
Yeah.
that's Emiliano
Yeah.
Zapata, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put it up there for Caesar since this little boy's name is Emiliano. So I was like,
Emiliano, yeah.
yeah, I was like, all right, I'll put that in there. I was like, yeah,
That's
he'll
dope.
appreciate that one. So this is another side of it. Like the castle was pretty big, pretty awesome. Um, this is one of the halls where like so basically what it is that at this point it became a museum.
Okay.
So this is kind of like a hall where like I did a panorama, so it looks a little weird, but like
Mm-hmm.
it was basically all these paintings or these
Okay.
massive paintings. This was like a carriage that was used by the royalty from that belonged to the castle, the
Mm-hmm.
Chapultepec. This is like one of the dining halls or whatever that they had. I think that's it. But yeah, that
Okay.
was
Okay.
that was pretty much the
That's dope.
yeah, some of the pictures. I mean, there was a ton, but if I showed them all, dude, we'd be here forever in a fucking. Oh, you know what? I didn't show you. Hold on, I didn't get to pull them up. I did add a couple more pictures that that I mentioned, but that I didn't really get to show,
Okay.
which was Mr. Brad Pitt himself. So he
Oh,
was
okay.
there. I wasn't lying. He's there, and there he is, Mr. Brad Pitt himself.
Okay. Zoom in. Let me
So
see. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so it's Mr. Brad Pitt himself. Um, this was like the whole scene where like he's supposed to. I'm assuming he's gonna have won the race in the movie, and so he gets out and he's like, people are cheering him on. So like all these people plus the people like in the grandstands above are cheering him on.
Okay.
Here he is saying thank you to everyone after filming.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
waving to the other side, which is on our side. Um, so yeah, I was like, man, he's a lot shorter than I thought he was.
Yeah, for us.
Yeah, yeah, but that's so yeah, wasn't lying. He was there. He was actually there. They actually recorded. We'll see what happens. We'll see if were even shown for a glimpse of a second in the movie. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
man,
dope.
yeah, that was an epic trip. In fact, we haven't even had a chance to sit down and watch all the pictures and show it with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Okay.
actually talked about it. Yanni hadn't even really seen some of the pictures. We talked about it. We're like, hey, you know what? Tomorrow, Monday, like let's sit and show the girls all the pictures and videos that we took because I'm sure they'll enjoy it.
Okay.
But we hadn't even done that, so there's so many
Shit.
pictures. And, yeah, dude, epic trip, epic trip. You know.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. So I don't know. So close us out, man, and let the people know what we got to look forward to for the next episode.
Man, next episode is just, we're gonna talk about who won our fantasy matchup this week.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll continue to talk about, NFL. I think F1 is racing in Vegas next week, right?
No, I think it's 2 weeks from now because I think
Oh,
it's
two
right
weeks.
before.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's right before Thanksgiving weekend. I think it's
Okay.
before Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So yeah, then we'll figure out something to talk.
Yeah.
Dodgers in the off season. If there's any free agent signings in baseball, we'll talk about it. Lakers are in season, but they're barely like 10 games in, so say, don't pay attention, not yet.
Right. Right.
But yeah, dude, we'll continue to talk about NFL, all that good stuff. We'll see if there's any trades, last minute trades, and well, we'll come up with some other questions. It's getting into winter, getting into
Mm-hmm.
November. We're gonna get into December. NFL's starting to get good, man.
Oh
Starting
yeah.
to get good.
Oh yeah. 100%.
This is where you play the big games and shit, man.
Yeah. I
And then
agree.
we'll preview, Bills Niners. I think 2 weeks from now. I think, right, or something like that. Yeah, two
Yeah,
weeks
2 weeks because we'll be in the bye week,
and
which
bye
I
week.
love
Yep.
bye weeks. I love bye weeks because then I don't have to
Hell
worry
yeah.
about it, and I can watch football, and I can have like 3 TVs going on at the same time.
Yes,
Because when I watch the
sir.
Bills, I don't watch anything else but my Bills. But when that's the case, I'll have the Vegas that would be the same weekend as Vegas by then, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Ooh.
big week then.
Yeah,
But
we'll have
yeah,
watched the race by then. Yeah, that's awesome.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk
Uh,
about next week. We'll preview, the Bills Niners game
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on Sunday Night Football too. It's
Yeah.
a Sunday night game, so
Oh,
we'll
prime
see.
time.
Prime
Prime
time.
time.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah. So that's gonna be awesome. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for episode 22 for HCP. We appreciate you guys hanging with us. We appreciate you watching. If you've watched all 22 episodes, thank you. And we're sorry for putting you through that if you've watched all that. But hey, thank you for rocking with us. By the way, shout out to C's. I don't know if you know, but we've got 8 subscribers. My wife was
Oh,
like,
for real? Okay.
yeah, my wife was like, oh, that's cute. You're happy about 8 subscribers. I was like, I didn't think we'd have any. I was like, well, to be
For
fair, I thought
real?
we'd have
Okay.
one, right? I was like, we're gonna have one because my wife. I was like,
Yeah.
but I was like 8. I was like, oh shit. And then it's funny because you can check if their stuff's not private, and like I was able to see one. I have no idea who that is, so it's not like
I'm
I
gonna
have
check it
no.
out.
Yeah, I think it's like uh Heartbreaker something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like Heartbreaker like 86, I think. So if you're watching this Heartbreaker 86, well, thank you for being a subscriber.
Yeah. Give
I don't
shout
know who it is.
outs.
Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not some kind of bot or something, and I don't know if it's one of the homies. I don't think any of the homies would be named Heartbreaker, but we'll see. But again, if you're watching this Heartbreaker, shout out to you. If you're a subscriber, go ahead and put your name in the comments or let us know that you're a subscriber, and then because we can't see it apparently. I thought we could, but we can't see it. So if you
Oh, okay.
are, put it on there, and then we'll give you a shout out at the next on the next episode for hanging with us and actually subscribing. Because I mean, shit, I think 8 is cool. When I didn't think we were gonna have any. So
For real? I was like, what the fuck?
right, yeah. So I mean, look at this is how we start humble, right? We go
Yeah.
from like 1 to 2 to 8, like, oh, hey, we're all happy about it. So yeah, guys, again, we appreciate it. As my boy C's always says, make sure you hit that like, and apparently some of you are listening, hit that subscribe button as well.
Hell yeah.
And we hopefully will see you guys for episode 23. Until then, this is Lefty signing out. Your boy C's, and as always, go Bills. All
Go
right, guys.
Niners.
You guys have a great one. Much love to everyone. Later.
Peace.